Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome Divine Masculine into your reading. Today is the 13th of March, and this energy will be with you for the next week, 10 days, as we normally do. During this period in time, we are into the changing season. Spring is coming up in here soon. So, hopefully, we'll see better changes in your energy level as well. Now, let's call upon a divine guide, our angel, our ancestors, my divine source into this reading for you, divine masculine, and let's see what comes up in here for you. We'll do the head, the heart, and the environment as we normally do. Excuse me. And then we'll clarify and we'll see what's going on. Whatever the guidance is that you can take around this portion in time, please do that. And let's move on. Let's see what your head or crown energy is talking about in this portion in time. The head or the crown energy, please, for the divine masculine. Let's see. Wow, okay. I need one more here. And I am reading reversals, guys, so if any of the cards show up in the reversed format, I will definitely take that, okay? Let's see here. That's the head here. And we'll clarify the cards as we go. The next energy would be your heart energy. Let's see what the heart says here. The heart energy here, please. You're definitely going through a little bit of a tough time so far as I can see, divine masculine, but we'll see. We'll check. Okay. And the next will be your environment. What is the environment talking about? In this portion in time. Oh, wow. Okay. What is the environment here, please? Oh, wow. Okay. Let's see here. I'm going to keep these three cards on the side, and we'll see once we get through with this reading, because there is definitely a message here, and I'm going to keep it on this side. And this is a continuation of the messages that we have gathered here, but of course, we'll definitely go through it. Okay. All right. What is the energy that will be around you at this point in time that you're not aware of? What is the energy that will be around you at in this portion in time that you probably, you as the divine masculine, you are not aware of? What is the energy that can be around you? Wow. Okay. All right. Let's move on, guys. We get the Hanged Man here, the Page of Swords in the reverse, the Nine of Wands, the King of Swords. Okay. You are trying to take a decision here by yourself with regards to a situation where you feel, divine masculine, the Seven of Swords, where you feel that you have been cheated and you want to leave that part of the story behind. Okay, somebody has deceived you, cheated you over situations, over certain things in life. Could be monetary, could be emotional, right? And it also could be you know that you have done this already, and that energy is still there within you, that you have been influenced by people here. Okay, more so I'm getting that you have been influenced by people around you, people who have given you wrong advices, have given you wrong choices, right? Have given you wrong information. It can be anything for anybody. So, but there is something very deceitful, very wrong about the whole situation, and that is coming to you. It's because there are people around you, divine masculine, that could be your friends, it could be anybody, who have definitely made choices for you. For some of you, I'm even getting that. They have actually made choices on your behalf, right? They have told you what you should do, what you shouldn't do, or how you should go about with your life in general, whatever that situation can be. But there are people around you who practically, and they have made this decision is because some of them could have been after your wealth for some, right? They wanted some wealth out of you. They have lured you, right? They have lured they have kind of given you a lot of temptations in life. But those are wrong choices. Those are basically wrong choices where you got into the temptation, or you have been lured into making wrong decisions for yourself. More so I'm getting. Okay. So this is where, you want to relieve yourself. This time around, you are waking up to reality, to some kind of a reality in your life. You're coming to terms with what has happened with you. And this has got nothing to do with the twin flame or the divine feminine. This is all about you and your energy here at this moment. So you are kind of coming to the point of understanding that, you have made wrong choices, you have made wrong decisions, And like I said, it could be because people have tempted you, people have given you wrong information, where you did not discover the truth until the action is or was over, kind of a situation, right? Because they have been stopping you from seeing the truth, whoever it is in your life, right? So there could have been a lot of sneaky things being done behind you, where they were holding your attention to other situations in life so that you don't pay attention to what is going on behind your back in here as well. So this is where you're waking up to some kind of a reality or a realization here, some kind of epiphany, some kind of awakening, that this time around you have to be very careful about the choices and the decisions, the options that you have, that you need to take the right call in here, right? And so you are kind of understanding the consequences of you not paying attention to a lot of things in your life that has now, is making you realize that you were not really in touch with your own understanding for a long time. Like, it is a situation where you have trusted people or believed in people, right? You gave them that belief and said, okay, I'm putting my belief and faith in you. You take the decision for me. Like being gullible to that situation as well. But now you're coming to your realization that whatever you do henceforth, right? Whatever you are going to organize for yourself has to be done in the right way by you. It's an awakening, it's epiphany of your own realization that you have done things wrong and that you need to correct that situation for yourself. Nothing to do with the twin flame as such in here. It's just because of you, right? The Four of Pentacles, the King of Swords, and the Nine of Wands. Yeah, and you are coming to understanding that you have that strength. Somewhere you have been feeling that you don't have a lot. You have been hiding a lot of things, right? And you have been hiding a lot of things. It could be emotions, it could be money. You were trying to protect yourself. That self-protection mode was too much in you, right? And this is where you're understanding with the King of Swords and the Nine of Wands that you cannot keep doing that. You have to be courageous. I know it's Nine of Wands is, when you are brutally battered, you have gone through a lot of struggle, but you're still, you're not giving up in here. You're not ready to give up. Something in your mind is telling you at this point with the King of Swords, it's all about the mind energy, right? That the passion is there. You're not giving up on something that you have an urge to work for, or you want to work for that situation, right? The Page of Swords in the reverse and the Hanged Man. Yeah, it's all about wrong information. It's all about wrong information, wrong guidance. A lot of things have been told to you at that point in time. You did not realize, right? That, like I said, you were feeling more vulnerable and gullible for some. You were ready to put your faith in situations, right? And because, again, like I said, you were in a self-protective mode where you were not willing to take the risk at the same time. But now you're coming to the point of understanding that because of that situation, you have not really volunteered um, to go forward and to find out more, right? You did not volunteer to move forward, to find out more, to inquire more, make some inquiries in yourself, or find out more, being curious about situations more so, because of the wrong information, right? And you're angry. You're very, very upset. You're very angry over situations in your life that you are feeling at this point, that you have been taken for a ride. And this is where the hanged man, this is where you're pausing. You're pausing to reflect on whatever choices and decisions that you have made over the wrong information in your life at this point. So you're not really, you're not taking action right away. You want to take action, but you're kind of, you know, working on that energy, probably trying to strategize your movement towards that situation from where the wrong information and wrong situations have come, right? Somebody has been very, very nasty in your case, and here is what I'm getting, divine masculine. And this is where you're taking your time in here a little bit at this point. You're trying to understand what is the best possible way to work on this situation in here. But there is definitely a pause that you are in connection with at this point in time, trying to understand what it is that you need to do now. Basically, that's what the energy I'm getting now in here. Okay. Because you're very upset. You're very, very angry. You're very upset. You definitely want to take action on that situation. But it's like before you actually take action on that situation, you want to, think about it, give it some more time, work on that energy, and then do what you have to do, basically, is what I'm getting. So you're kind of pausing yourself. You're reflecting on that situation, right? You're reflecting on that situation over this period in time. Okay. Now, in your head energy, guys, you get the Seven of Wands, the Devil, and the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, you're feeling a little bit, you know there are a lot of restrictions in your life at this point in time that you are being kind of chained to. You are not being able to set yourself free from that situation because, again, you want to just leave everything and kind of run away from that situation is what I'm getting. You're trying to escape from that situation, but again, you're thinking about it. You're definitely becoming a little bit more stable than before in your mind, right? You're becoming stable, you're becoming more wise over this situation. You're becoming more firm in your understanding, more so about how to deal with the situation, because with the Devil and then the Five of Pentacles, you, like I said, you have restrictions. Your mind is, being held in some kind of a situation from where you want to run. But again, thing is that you're not equipped to do that at this point in time. Right? And you're scared as well. And you're kind of scared about the situation as well of this Devil, because you fear the situation a lot more in your mind. So you're trying to stand up against it. You're trying to tell yourself that you will be able to achieve what you want to achieve. You're trying to kind of gear your mind in that shape and form so that, you are kind of feeling more stable in your mind. Excuse me. You want to. Absolutely, because you have this restriction, you have to fight this restriction, and it won't be easy for you, right? It won't be easy for you. There will be a lot of oppositions, there will be a lot of adversaries, a lot of criticisms, a lot of things, right? A lot of things. But what is happening here, guys? Let's see here. Yeah, what is happening here with the Seven of Wands? See, the situation is that you have been collecting a lot of negative vibes in yourself, in your head, over a situation with somebody that you are committed with in your life, in your personal life. And there is a lot of disbalance, lot of disharmony, fight, argument, two people not on the same page kind of a situation, right? And that was an energy that was there, but it was getting the better of you because you were not being able to completely let it go. Just negate it, ignore it. You were not being able to do that. But now you will with the star. You will, because you have discovered, or you are discovering, that you need to pour out that bad emotion that you have been stuck with. You have been stuck with divine masculine. You need to, just let the water go, let the energy go. Because you don't see the reason you are coming to this understanding, or you will come to this understanding, is because there is no hope, no faith, no purpose in this relationship that you are tied up in or tied up to. And that, if you can do that, that will make your mind more stable. It will bring back that stability. It will bring back that courage. Because the moment you let go of the energy, of the bad energy, of the negative vibes, of everything that you have been surrounded with in this kind of a relationship for a long time, maybe, you have been, in that energy, it's like you don't want to deal with the situation anymore. Emotionally as well. You don't want to deal with the situation because of the devil here, and the devil is right here. So the only way you can fight your own restriction in your mind is only when you can clear your emotions out, throw them out, and tell yourself that you don't want those bad emotions into your life or into yourself anymore. And you can very well detoxify yourself. It's not a very hard energy at all. If you set your mind to that, you will definitely be able to detoxify. It's a matter of detoxification of yourself, right? How do you detoxify yourself? That's important for you. And if you can detoxify yourself, your mind clears up, it becomes more stable, it becomes more firm, and it becomes more solid, right? It becomes more solid in yourself. Yeah, and with the devil, you get the Queen of Swords and the Fool. Some of you, you're taking a leap of faith towards an energy that you are in touch with, is an energy of the Queen of Swords, which is very, very straightforward energy. Cutting people out. No nonsense, no BS. With the devil. Right? With the devil. So you are definitely taking a leap of faith towards this energy of the Queen of Swords, because somewhere you're coming to terms with this energy, is that you're feeling that if you don't do that, You won't be able to let go of situations or people or circumstances which is holding you in a very toxic place. A lot of toxicity. You need to clear that toxicity, detoxify. You definitely need to detoxify that situation, right? With the Five of Pentacles in here. And until you detoxify yourself in the mind, you will not be able to do what you are meant to do or what you can do, basically. Because then, if you don't detoxify, you will always be worried. You will always be scared. You will always be paranoid over situations in your life. You know, the Death and the Queen of Cups in the reverse. Exactly. You have to change because, see, this situation is what I'm getting is all about, mostly about your emotion and logic working together in your mind at this point. Because now the thing is that you are understanding with the Five of Pentacle, this is kind of a depressive energy. It is a depressive energy where you're scared, you feel you have lost everything, you don't have anything, um, and that kind of always paranoid over situations in general. And that is because, again, Death and the Queen of Cups in the reverse is telling me it's all because you have been holding yourself in a very toxic situation of an emotional insecurity part of the story. You have been emotionally insecure about your own situation. And that is where you have been holding people, or you have been holding toxic love, right? Anything that is toxic. But you have been holding on and you have not been able to let it go. It's only because somewhere you have been, there is no love there. It's all very toxic. It could be just a monetary situation between you and somebody in your life. But at the same time, it's a toxic situation because without love, there is no situation, there is no harmony, there is no balance. So obviously, it is a toxic situation, right? And that is where you have not been able to let it go. You have not been able to move out of that situation, and where you have been feeling a lot more depressed, paranoid, scared, frightened about everything in general. It's because you have been emotionally codependent on somebody in your life and insecure about that. So you have been feeling that if you let that situation go, whatever is the toxicity, whoever is a toxic part in your life, if you let that go, then you will be left alone. You won't have anybody, and that scares you. That is scary for you. You're paranoid about not having anybody in your life or not having some emotional support in your life. So this is where your mind, you're coming to the point, this is when you are understanding with the Queen of Swords and the Fool, you have to take a leap of faith. You have to do what you have to do. There are no two ways because Queen of Swords does not do any BS. She does what she has to do. Even if that means that she has to shut the door on somebody's face, she will. Or she will cut people off. She will sever those ties with whom she feels that it's not worth keeping in touch with. She will do that without blinking her eyelid. And that is where you're coming to your understanding. Your faith is building up over the situation of the Queen of Swords. You are putting your faith in your understanding that you have to do it. And if you don't do it, it will become more difficult for you because of the toxicity that you have to now let go as well. You have to pour the toxic situation out of your life to become more stable and more solid in yourself, Divine Masculine. and put your faith in the Queen of Sword energy and tell yourself that yes, if you have to do it, you have to do it. No questions asked. But for a long time, this is where, this is where your realization is that, like I told you, you have been emotionally codependent on somebody or some situation in your life where you feel that if you cut them off from your life, then you will be left alone and you won't have anybody. That's a wrong, complete wrong thinking, because by not cutting them off, you are procrastinating the situation. And not only are you procrastinating the situation, you by yourself, you are becoming more toxic. And you are continuing to stay in a very toxic environment. Or you will continue to stay in the toxic environment if you do not take action against the toxicity in your life. That is where the message is for your crown energy. Now, in your heart energy, guys, you get the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, the Two of Swords, and then you have the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. See, in the heart, you know why you have not been able to take a decision in your life. You haven't been able to master your decisions in life, what you need to do, what you don't need to do. And this is all because of a lot of work and home conflict in your life. You have been so engaged in that situation in your life that you could not take the right call. You could not master the right decisions or right choices or right options in your life. And you always got stuck in the Two of Swords energy, from where you could not really do anything much. Because you have been overwhelmed. Some of you could have been overwhelmed with a lot of conflict situation in your personal life or in your professional life. Please talk to me about the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. You have been very overwhelmed with that situation is what I'm feeling. And a lot of your concentration was on that part of the story where, other than that, you were not being able to stay focused in your life. You were getting caught in the Two of Swords energy whenever there was a decision to be made or an option or a choice to be taken. You were not able to do the right thing in here because of this situation in your life. The Knight of Cups in the reverse, right? And this is where, there has been an emotional block in your life or in your heart. You could not open your heart to anything in your life because of the conflict situation. Like I said, either it can be work conflict or home conflict. Anything but a conflict situation that kept your heart was so closed that you could not even move. And you have been very upset emotionally. Some of you could have gone through some kind of mood swings in your life as well with the Two of Cups, right? Yeah, with a partnership. You could not. You turned your face away from a partnership that is or was in existence in your life. But the conflict took away that partnership. You turned your face away from that love, that soul love, from the partnership because of this conflict situation in your life. Your heart knows that, guys. You're very much well aware of this situation in your heart. Your focus was on resolving the conflict, solving the conflict. I don't know what it was, really, to be honest with you. But that kind of a conflict kept your heart totally closed and blocked the devil in the reverse. And this is where you're realizing that you need to open up. You need to release your heart. You need to open up your heart once again. Because of the toxicity. That same toxicity which was in your heart too. And as soon as you let go of that toxic part of the story, detoxify yourself, your heart will immediately open up to new possibilities in life that you can master, you can learn, you can stay focused. Please talk to me about the Two of Swords. But because of this energy, you got stuck. You definitely got stuck in the heart as well. What is indecisive? What was right? What was wrong? How do you do things? What is that you need to do? What is the decision you need to take or make? You could not master any of that situation in your life. And you were left hanging in a stalemate energy because of this situation here. Yeah, the Six of Pentacles in the reverse. One-sided charity. Loans. Some of you could have a lot of loans under your name. Some of you could have been, doing a one-sided charity where you pretended everything was okay, but you constantly kept on giving and giving. That strength. Yeah, and you lacked strength. You lacked your own personal power in this situation. In your heart, you know that. That's where you got stuck in the Two of Swords, where you pretended it's okay to give. I'll continue giving. It's my duty. It's my moral obligation that you might have told yourself. And you said, okay, let me continue giving, which is a clear lack of your personal strength, where you did not know how much to give and what not to give. Again, choices and decisions. You made wrong choices. You made the wrong decisions. That's where you got caught in the Two of Swords energy, because you did not know what decision and choice you had to do or make or take in regards to this one-sided charity that you were being very generous about, but you had no strength to stop that situation in your life. With the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. You could not master your own self. And you kept giving and giving and giving. Some of you have emptied out your bank account because of this situation here. Ten of Pentacles, yeah. And this is all in your family and domestic situation. You could not master any of your choices and decisions with people around you, with your family, with your close-knit relatives, the Chariot in the reverse. Because you know why? There was a lot of opposition from these people. That's where the toxicity is. They have been stopping you from doing what you felt you should not have done. And they said, no, come on, give me more. I need more money. I need more food, more jewelry, more and more. So it was all a one-sided charity. And that is the conflict. The day, you decided that, okay, I won't give too much. I'll only give this much. There was a huge conflict. No, it's a conflict like where you could not satisfy people. The more you give, remember, the more you give, the more hungry the other person gets, right? So if you give them a little bit first, then the hunger increases, and then you give them a little bit more, and the hunger increases even more. And by the end of the month, you see, oh my God, I have run out of my grocery list, right? So this is where the situation is, where you could not. You knew what you were doing was not right in your heart, guys, but you were quiet about the whole situation. Why? Because of this. You lacked your personal strength. You definitely lacked your personal strength. And this is where you could not focus. You could not focus on your own priorities in life because you were so distracted with this Ten of Pentacles, with people in your close-knit area. You were busy fighting all the oppositions and all the opposite forces that was coming to you from this particular area of your life, that you could not sit down to focus and concentrate on your own work, or on your own priorities in life. And your heart knows that. So this is the time, the devil in the reverse, this is the time they are telling you, Spirit is saying, let it all go. Free yourself. Release yourself from the toxicity. Release. 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 Right? Or else you're going to go through a very tough time, guys. This is the time you need to just bite it off. Just let it go. And you know, this emotional insecurity and emotional codependence, it happens to people who are very weak. People who are very strong. They will never depend on other people to be emotionally happy, to be secured, because they know they are strong enough to find their own security. They know they are strong enough to find their own independence. They're just strong people, people with strength. Right? And people who are weak and vulnerable, they are the ones who get caught up in such kind of toxicity in their life. And that is exactly what I'm seeing here. Now, in your environment, you have the Knight of Wands in the reverse, the Hermit, and the Queen of Swords again. So there could be some kind of a delay in your environment with regards to cutting people off, maybe. That in your head, you know you want to do that, but we'll see. You could be a little bit frustrated over the situation, but you're definitely trying to keep your patience in here, in the environment. You are, in the environment is what I'm getting, guys, is that you have removed yourself from a lot of other situations, or you will remove yourself. You will find your own little niche and corner for yourself only, in solitude. The Knight of Wands in the reverse. So there could be delays at this point in your life, and you could be a little bit frustrated over that situation, but we'll see. Some of you could also be having a lot of scattered energy around you at this point, from where you're probably going to segregate yourself. Please talk to me about the Knight of Wands. You don't want to interact with people who are coming to you with a lot of scattered energy as well, for some. Yeah, the Three of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, there could be a lot of scattered energy around people in general, around you at this point. The Five of Pentacles. Where your environment is, again, you know there is a lack of teamwork. Those people you have been working with in your environment, they are all over the place. They don't know what they should be doing with their own situation. Again, it could be personal or it could be professional situation, which is where the Five of Pentacles, which is where you're kind of understanding or learning a lesson in here, that you need to walk away from that situation, even if you are scared about it. You need to leave that situation where there is no cooperation, no teamwork, very scattered energies around you from people. They don't know what they're doing. They don't have their head on their shoulder, kind of a thing, right? Yeah, and you're feeling very sad about this situation also. You're definitely feeling very depressed and sad about the situation with the Page of Cups, where you're trying to become more emotionally matured about this situation, about this understanding. Instead of feeling depressed and sad about the situation, you're trying to kind of understand that better, more so emotionally, right? Some of you, some of you are leaving this third party situation, the Three of Pentacle. I also talk about it as a third party situation where there is a lot of scattered energy around you. And you're coming out of that situation, or you want to come out of that situation here, being a little bit more happy at this point in time. Or waiting to receive some kind of happy news, you know, waiting to receive some kind of good news, something that makes you emotionally more happy, a little bit surprised as well for some, right? But whatever that situation is, to me it looks like you're waiting for some kind of a good news, because even with the Hermit, you're waiting for something. You're waiting in the environment, you're waiting to receive some kind of information, maybe something that makes you feel happy. As you come out of a very depressed state of energy, the Seven of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, it's a realignment time, guys. Alignment again, realignment of your choices and decisions and options in life, right? What kind of choices and decisions and options you will have to rework on in your life. And that is where you're taking your time to understand yourself better, to know what are the situations you have to deal with in your life. Some of you could be recovering a little bit of your financial loss at this point in time from a situation where there had been no teamwork, no cooperation, where you might have put your put your money in, or you have put your work in. Some of you could possibly be waiting for your salary slip, right? Or your wage, or whatever that is, that makes you feel a little bit better than before, right? Where you probably have left that workplace for some of you, and you still haven't received your payment, the last payment in your life that you were supposed to get from that particular situation there. So it could be a situation that you're waiting for, when you receive some money, you receive some information about your appreciation for your hard work that you have also put in that place before, something that makes you feel a little bit more better, basically, right? Yeah. And with the Hermit and the Seven of Cups in the reverse and the Ace of Pentacles, they're telling you guys that, as you slowly recover from your losses, from whatever the situation, personal or professional, losses that you have been going through in your life, there is some kind of good news in the offing that you will receive, like I said, which could lift your morale a little bit, right? Where you feel, okay, I've recovered some money, I've recovered some emotional appreciation from some of you, right? Where some can come in and say, wow, what a good work you had done. Without you, that work would not have been completed. Something like that, telling you something good that makes you feel happy within you. And with the Hermit, This is where you are thinking about the options and choices that you need to realign yourself with in order to go forward towards a new beginning in your life. That's showing up in here, okay, in the environment. Some of you could also be receiving an offer back at this point to rejoin work again, where you had left work from, or some of you had been fired or laid off, right? And somebody can come in and say, come back to work, come back to work. And that's again motivating for you, but for which you have to realign yourself, with the choices, the decisions, the options that you are given. If you really want to move forward with that realigned options and choices and decisions in your life. The Queen of Swords here appears, right? Because this is where you need to use a lot of your mental energy here. Be very sharp. Know what you want in life. No BS. The Knight of Swords in the reverse. Okay. You have lost opportunities before. Let me tell you that. It's because you did not think clearly about situations in your life, Divine Masculine. So there were opportunities in your life, there were chances in your life that you really you did not work for it. You just kind of let it go. The Empress in the reverse, yeah. And this was again because of, emotional codependency. That's where the Queen of Swords is showing up. You have to cut it through. You have to cut it through. That's what they're telling you. Unless you can cut off the BS of your own insecurity, where you have not grown, you will not grow. You will be stunted for the rest of your life with whatever you have. Nothing much, nothing less. And that is where you have let opportunities go from your hand. You haven't really put in the effort there. And this is where the Queen of Swords is telling you, this time around, the same thing can return back to you, but don't make a mistake this time. Think clearly, think wise. Be wise about your decisions, more so. Be very wise about your decisions and, like I said, your choices and your options in this time period, because you might get something new that's coming in your way in the environment, but you have to be clear cut that if you have to let something go, you have to let it go, or else you will be, like I said, you will be held victim for the rest of your life, and you don't want that. Nobody wants that, to be held in the victim mentality, right? And all the victim mentality is because somebody is throwing their victim mentality on you and you're grasping that energy. It's more like that. It's not completely from your side, but it is somebody is throwing that energy, telling you, oh, I can't do without you. I need you on my side. I need you to be here in this place all the time, or else I will not be able to do anything. That kind of a victim mentality. When somebody constantly throws that on you, you as a human being, you as a person, you tend to grasp that energy. And then after a while, you start feeling that same, oh yeah, how can I do that? I can't be so brutal. I can't be so cold. Right? I can be so harsh, basically. But you have to be in times when situations are not for you and are against you, which you know very well. If you do not act in a wise manner, and you do not do what you're supposed to do, then you have no right to complain later on. You know what I mean? So yeah, so choice and decision option is all here, is all with you. Now what you do with that will be your choice. Now we had three more messages here, guys. Like I said, I'm going to keep that on the side. You have the Three of Cups in the reverse, you have the King of Wands, and you have the Two of Wands. Okay. So there are people out there, people, not your people. I mean, not somebody you are emotionally connected with, but you know them. They're somewhere around you for some of you, but there are people out there, right? The Three of Cups. Now, with this situation, which means that you're dealing with a lot of people around you at this point in time, with the King of Wands and the Page of Wands, you're trying to move away from that crowd. You're trying to move away from the crowd. You are planning something. You're taking action on some kind of a plan. You're not moving right away, like you're not taking your bag and walking away right now, but you're definitely in that frame of mind where you're coming up with some creative ideas about how to tackle these kind of people who are around you. They are the people who you probably don't want to associate with you or don't want to associate with anymore, right? They are the people who do not bring you any abundance, you know that. They could be people you just have some kind of familiarity with. Could be your neighbors, could be anybody that you have some kind of a connection with, but you don't really want to associate with them. And you're trying to figure out a way of escaping that situation. You don't want to be with them. Please talk to me about the Three of Cups in the reverse. Let's see here. The Two of Pentacles. Okay, so you're juggling with these kind of people around you, or they are making you juggle. It can be anything. Or you're juggling to move away from them. We'll see. You're probably trying to come up with some kind of a solution here. The Page of Swords in the reverse. Yeah. Okay, this is where the misinformation has been in your life. So these are the people who have misinformed you, given you wrong decisions to make or wrong choices to take. And you're juggling with that understanding now, right? You're now coming to the point of understanding that you have been given wrong decisions or wrong information by somebody from this out there people. And because of that situation, you have been constantly juggling back and forth, trying to understand the situation or trying to understand what you should do now. Maybe that is the scene here. This is where the misinformation has come from, guys. So with the King of Wand, let's see the King of Wand. These people out there could have told you something which is totally wrong, which was totally, completely false. Anything, something which was completely wrong and false information that you have taken in yourself and had been constantly thinking and juggling with that situation in your life. Justice, that's ending. The King of Wands, justice. It is an end of that situation, guys. It is an end of that situation where people out there have made a fool out of you, if I may say so. They probably knew you're very vulnerable, very gullible, and they knew that whatever they tell you, you will take that and you will probably start to work on that. Yeah. Justice on the world. Yeah, it's an end of that situation. The King of Wands. You will take action on this situation. Let's see the Page of Wands. You will definitely take action on this situation. That is where I told you, remember the Hanged Man. This is where you're reflecting, you're pausing, you're thinking about the situation as to what you can do now. This is where the problem is sourced, is coming from. Please talk to me about the Page of Wands here. You could be overhearing conversations now. You're keeping your ears open for conversations between these kind of people around you at this point in time. You will be paying a close attention to all kind of conversations that is floating in and around you at this point in time. Yeah, the High Priestess, right? But you won't be telling anybody. You will definitely not be telling anybody about this situation, and this is where you're going to take action over this situation, because you will come across some kind of information that will sort your problem out. You're going to keep your ears open 100%, but you won't tell anybody. You will keep that within yourself. It is a secret that you will keep the Seven of Wands, and that will and that will help you to fight these people, fight these situations, or fight the people out there and stop them, because these are the people who will be able to come back and criticize you or give you some adverse reaction. So if you collect information that you know, which is against them, that's what you can do to use back against those people, right? That's where you are like one up. Yeah, the Three of Cups. Yeah. Three of Cups in the reverse. Exactly. The Nine of Pentacles. Okay. Yeah, this is where you will invest a lot of your time around this portion in time, guys, because what is happening is, like I said, there are people out there with whom there has been a lot of mischief, misinformation, and a lot of BS. Then you have been constantly juggling to find the truth out, whether it's wrong, whether it's right or wrong. That kind of an energy where you hear something, you know something, you understand something, but you don't for sure know the truth, right? And this is where somebody can help you with the King of Wands. Taking action on this situation with justice on the world clearly tells me that chapter will close. Okay, and this will close because either somebody will come and tell you something that you have not been aware of before, somebody who has already had a notion of this situation, right? And someone from that particular group will come and rat it out, okay? Or it could be you are overhearing conversations, but I have a feeling that somebody is going to give you some information here about those people that you can hold against them now. It's like a tit for tat energy here. Because to fight those people, to cut them off, you need a solid reasoning why you're doing that, right? And you're coming across that reasoning is coming to you from somebody in your life who will share that information with you, what they know. And that is an information you will keep it a secret till the time comes when you can use that same thing against those people again. Wow. So you are definitely you're definitely becoming very, very wise, guys. You're definitely becoming very wise because you have learned a lot of lesson, and now you're coming to the point, the energy is in that place, in that area where you're coming to the point of understanding, I need to cut these people off from my life, but how do I do it? I need a solid reasoning, I need a solid foundation to work on this story. And that solid uh, reasoning is coming to you. You will find all information that you will keep in your little pocket, right? In your little pocket till the time comes when you can stand up against the same crowd of people and give them back, word for word, in every possible way that you have to. Okay. Now, the energy that is around you that you may not be aware of is the Tower. Okay. So there could be there could be a lot of chaotic energy at this point in time around you. Lot of chaotic energy could be around you at this point. Lot of fight, lot of argument, lot of situation which is not pleasant, of course. Lot of shift, lot of movement. Please talk to me about the Tower here. Lot of anger, lot of raw energy basically around you at this point in time. The Magician. Yeah. So act smart, guys. Act smart. Okay, be very wise. Sharpen your tools at this point. Don't take anything for granted at this point. Be very, very sharp intellectually as well, and even wise. Sharpen your tools before you do, say, or act on anything at this point. The Ten of Swords, yeah. Or else you can get brutally hurt. Or else you can get brutally hurt. So you have to be very, very smart at this point in time, Divine Masculine. Or it also could be that there is so much of chaos around you that this is also helping you to end situations at this point in time. That you take advantage of this time of the year where you are like, okay, let me finish off a couple of things that I haven't been able to do before, which is where there could be a lot of brutal ending that could be showing up here. But it also could be that they are warning you, which I think it is, that whatever you say or talk around this portion in time, you have to be very careful or else you could get very badly hurt. That's what I think it is more so. because of the chaotic energy around you. Please talk to me about the Ten of Swords here. Because you could say something that could be very hurtful for somebody as well at this point in time. So, yeah. Because there's probably so much of anger within you that it just kind of comes out directly on somebody's face. It also could be that, right? Let's see here. The Three of Wands. Yeah. And this will help you to release yourself. And move forward. Yeah. So what I'm getting, guys, is this, that you are going to be so angry, or there is going to be so much of raw energy within you at this point in time that you probably yourself you're not aware of, but a little bit, here and there, and you will burst into flames, kind of an energy here in this portion in time, right? So you could say you could say or do a lot of things that will be very, very hurtful for other people, but if you do it, it will set you free, basically. So you do have an opportunity here, if I may say so. You do have an opportunity here to move out of that chaotic area of your life, but there has to be a brutal ending before you can move out. So either ways, you manifest it or the universe does it for you. Doesn't matter. But the brutal end will happen irrespective of whether you want it or not. So that's a shift. That's a shift. So there is a shift. There is a movement which is around you that you're probably not even aware of at this point in time, Divine Masculine. Okay, so enjoy this reading, guys. Until I see you once again, till then, goodbye, God bless, Khuda Hafiz, and Namaste.